All right, let's talk about something you probably see almost every single day, but maybe don't think twice about: the tiny sesame seed. Today, we're going to crack it open and uncover the surprising power hiding inside.
Yeah, you've seen them sprinkled on bagels and, of course, your burger bun. But these little seeds pack a nutritional punch that goes way, way beyond just being a simple decoration. Seriously, they have a rich history and a chemical makeup that's so complex, it's fascinated scientists for years. In fact, its reputation is so legendary that for centuries it's been called the Queen of Oilseeds. And why? Well, it's all because of the incredible quality of the oil it produces and just how many things you can do with it. So, to really get a handle on its power, we've got to go back in time. And I mean way back. This is not some new health fad you just saw on social media. Sesame has been a cornerstone of diets and medicine for literally thousands of years.
I'm not kidding. This is one of the oldest crops on the entire planet. Its story starts more than 5,000 years ago in India, and from ancient times all the way to today, people have valued it for everything from cooking to making medicine. So what is it exactly that makes this ancient seed so special? What's actually hiding inside? Well, to answer that, we need to look under the hood. Let's break down its pretty amazing nutritional profile. Wow, I mean, just look at how jam-packed this tiny seed is. Almost half of it is high-quality oil. And on top of that, it's loaded with a huge amount of protein, fiber, and all sorts of essential minerals. It's a nutritional powerhouse. Just let that sink in for a second. A single tiny seed can be up to 28% protein by weight. For a plant-based source, that is huge. It makes sesame a fantastic way to get that crucial stuff our bodies need to build and repair themselves every single day. And remember all that oil we mentioned? Well, here you can see it's the good stuff. The vast majority of it, we're talking 83 to 90%, is made up of heart-healthy, unsaturated fats. You know, the kinds your body actually loves. But here is where the story gets really interesting. The oil and protein are great, for sure, but the true magic of sesame, it lies in a set of powerful plant compounds called phytochemicals. You can think of these as the seed's own natural defense system, or maybe its hidden superpowers. Now, the star players on that phytochemical team are these things called lignans. In simple terms, they're the main active compounds in sesame, and they work as incredibly potent antioxidants. They're like the little chemical workhorses doing all the heavy lifting for our health. And the two most famous lignans are named sesamin and sesamolin. Now, you don't need to be a chemist to appreciate this. It's these really intricate, unique structures that are the key to unlocking all that powerful biological activity inside our bodies. And get this, it doesn't even stop with lignans. Sesame seeds are packed with a whole crew of other beneficial compounds. You've got different forms of vitamin E, and you've got these things called phytosterols, which are plant compounds famous for helping to lower cholesterol. Okay, so we've geeked out on the history and the chemistry. But let's get to the real question, right? How does all this stuff translate into real-world health benefits? What does adding sesame to your diet actually do for you? Well, first and foremost, and this is a big one, sesame is strongly linked to improving your heart health. That unique cocktail of healthy fats, lignans, and phytosterols all team up to make it a real powerhouse for protecting your cardiovascular system. So how does it do it? Well, research shows it works in a few different ways. It can help lower that bad LDL cholesterol, it reduces other fats in your blood called triglycerides, and it might even have effects that help you manage your blood pressure. But it's not just about your heart. Those lignans we talked about, think of them as your body's own personal cellular bodyguards. They provide powerful antioxidant effects, protecting you from the kind of daily damage that can eventually lead to chronic diseases. They do this by going after unstable molecules called free radicals, which helps reduce something called oxidative stress. And what's really fascinating is what scientists call a vitamin E sparing effect. Basically, the lignans help recycle and boost the power of vitamin E, another key antioxidant. They're the ultimate team players. And the benefits just keep coming. They even extend to your bones. Studies suggest sesame can have a positive impact on bone mineralization. And this is especially interesting. It may even help balance hormones, which can offer extra protection for bone health, particularly in postmenopausal women. Okay, now, it's easy to get excited about all these benefits, but let's pump the brakes for a second. No single food is a magic bullet. So, to get a complete, responsible picture, we absolutely have to look at the potential risks and some really important considerations. So, while sesame is clearly powerful, it's definitely not for everyone. Before you run out and start sprinkling it on everything, there are a few very important things you absolutely need to know. And this is a big one. Sesame is the ninth most common food allergen in the United States. And this is not just a minor intolerance we're talking about. For people with the allergy, reactions can be incredibly severe, sometimes even life-threatening.
This next point is a really fascinating concept in nutrition called bioavailability. It's a fancy word, but the idea is simple. It's not just about what's in a food, it's about what your body can actually absorb and use. So while sesame is super high in calcium, it also has compounds that can actually block your body from absorbing all of it. It's a great reminder that nutrition is always more complicated than it looks on the label.
And finally, a couple of practical points. You got to remember that moderation is key, because sesame, especially the oil, is high in calories. But more importantly, since it can naturally lower blood sugar and blood pressure, it could potentially interact with medications for diabetes or hypertension. So if that's you, it is always a smart idea to talk with your doctor first. So where does all this leave us? There's no doubt this tiny seed has some seriously powerful potential, from your heart to your bones. But it's not a simple story. Understanding the full picture, the allergies, the bioavailability, the interactions, that's the key to making it a healthy and safe part of your life.